Hello, everyone, and welcome to webinar series of ORI. I'm Zeeba, Chief Product Officer at Maxis Health. And our mission at Maxis Health is supporting families in managing emotional well-being and improved quality of life. Recently, we did do free beta launch of our app and have been receiving incredible feedback from early adopters. But before I begin this webinar, on behalf of Maxis Health, I would like to thank you all for your continued support and valuable feedback, because your insight actually plays a very critical role in helping us to refine and enhancing our digital health solutions. So make sure that the tools that we are developing are not only meaningful, but are truly responsive to real needs of families like yours and mine. This session is focused on answering key questions that we received from families who have started using ORI, and especially around Family Coping Coach and around our core framework of 3 R's, which is resilience, recovery, and recharge. These pillars are central to ORI's approach, supporting emotional development and overall well-being, not just in children, but also the entire family system. They actually reflect our belief that emotional regulation is a shared journey, and that with the right support, families can move from reactive cycle to more preventive and more connected moments. So joining me today are two key members who has been closely involved in the development of ORI. Dr. Erin Gonzalez, a clinical psychologist, and Dr. Stein, a child psychologist and the Chief Scientific Officer at Maxis Health. Thank you both for being part of today's session. But before we dive into the discussion, let's just have a quick round of introductions. Dr. Erin, if you would like to go first.
Sure. I'm a child psychologist. I've been specializing in ADHD and parenting for challenging behaviors for about 15 years now, and excited to be part of the team helping to create the Family Coping Coach.
Thank you, Dr. Erin. And Dr. Stein, would you mind sharing a bit about your background as well?
Sure. I'm also a child psychologist, and I've spent a lot of time as a clinician and a researcher focusing on ADHD. And I'm so excited about ORI, which has the opportunity of kind of improving access and really helping support families.
Thank you both for being here, and I'm really looking forward to this discussion and diving deeper into the work behind ORI. So Dr. Erin, to start us off, could you please give us a brief overview of the Family Coping Coach intervention program?
So Family Coping Coach brings the best practices from clinical psychology right to your phone so that you can have a professional with you to help coach you through difficult situations wherever they happen. So you can meet with a professional one-on-one in their office and learn skills, but it's a completely different thing to have to use them in the moment when you're at the park, when you're at the dinner table, when you're on the soccer field. Families really need someone to be by their side in those tough moments, to remind them of the most effective strategies for responding to your child's behavior, for helping them manage their big feelings, and for responding to not okay or boundary pushing behaviors. So what we've done is created an interactive coach that responds to whatever's going on with you and your child in that moment and gives you the best strategies that you've already tried that you know are going to work in any given situation. So the hope is that families feel really supported by Family Coping Coach, and that Family Coping Coach learns from you and your child about the best ways to handle common difficult situations for your family.
Just to add on that, what I actually love about it is it actually meets the parent in the exact moment they are struggling and helping them to de-escalate the situation there and then. So I think it's a wonderful program that I personally have been using it. So it helps me as a mom, definitely.
Right.
So,
Yeah. It goes beyond the doctor's office and fills a gap that hasn't been filled before in terms of entering the real world with professional coaching.
yeah, exactly. I agree to that. Moving on to another important aspect of ORI is 3 Rs. So Dr. Stein, could you please give us brief overview what they are and why monitoring them is so important?
Yeah, so I think that those 3 Rs are really key to targeting emotion dysregulation, which is it's such a problem that families have to deal with. And it's something all children experience, and children with neurodevelopmental disorders experience that even to a greater degree. And the idea behind the 3 Rs is that it's not just when the event is occurring, but kind of before the event and after the event. And how can we make children stronger, which is kind of the resilience part, how to help them recover, not escalate and make it more severe, and then preparing for next time so that there's a much more positive trajectory. So what I love about this program is it kind of interrupts this cycle and it gives parents the guidance to confidently deal with it.
Just to add on that, I have seen parents light up when they realize that, oh, this isn't just about behavior, it's what's fueling the behavior. And it actually takes away the blame cycle and gives us a positive way to move forward. So going to the next question, Dr. Erin, I would like to know that who all can benefit from this digital tool and how long do they need to use it?
Well, I think every parent can admit that we all have tough situations with our child where they react in a really unexpected way or their emotions spiral to a point that they aren't in control or problems start to come up. So, Family Coping Coach really could be relevant for any family. Again, it's adaptive, so it learns from the situations that are challenging for you. It learns from the way that you cope with stressful situations and the way your child handles things, and it grows more knowledgeable over time. So it gets even more effective in getting you straight to the solutions you need. So as far as how long you use it, there are learning modules, so you can start using it right away. You don't have to wait till a problem's happening. The app will learn about you and your family and your child's triggers. It will help you prevent escalations as much as possible. And then again, over the course of weeks, it becomes increasingly tuned in to what your family needs. So I think that there are many of us who would use this very long term. Whenever a crisis is coming up, we can pull that out. For others, you may dial in the strategies such that at some point they're kind of in your own head now, and you maybe need coping coach less, although Ori will continue to provide new learning modules and new content. So we really see it as something that can grow with you and your child throughout their development.
That's great. And a good reminder to as a parent as well. So it's always not about fixing the problem. It's about actually building the emotional skills together as a family. And I feel that every few consistent minutes in a day will definitely make a real difference, because then it will become your second habit of tackling and de-escalating the situation. So yeah, I definitely agree what you said, that it's important to be regular with those things.
I love what you just said, Zeeba, and it kind of highlights that this is really an intervention and a tool for families, and not just focused on the child, and it's actually a learning tool.
Yeah. So coming to the next question, which is very frequently asked as well by the early adopter, is like, how does nutrition and sleep really affect the mood regulation in children? So Dr. Stein, do you want to take
Yeah.
that?
I think that nutrition and adequate sleep are kind of the pillars for everything else. If a child does not have adequate nutrition or does not get adequate sleep or inconsistent sleep or variable sleep, that exacerbates all their other difficulties, their mood symptoms, their attention, their emotion regulation. And so this is kind of like the first step is to try to develop really established patterns to build upon. And so by monitoring nutritional intake and by monitoring sleep, we're kind of setting the stage for success.
Yeah. And on a different aspect, because sometimes we do hear a lot that my kids have a lot of tantrums after having birthday party, or they seem cranky before dinner. So I think this is a kind of a reminder as well for the parent, like when we
Yes,
start.
tiredness and being hungry are frequent drivers, at least initially, right?
Here, so as parent, when we begin to recognize these patterns, I think it helps us more in control. And I feel it's no longer a kind of a mystery for us. So understanding those triggers is definitely a key. Dr. Stein, Dr. Erin, can you share how long parents generally need to engage with the coping coach to see meaningful changes?
Well, as soon as you start using Family Coping Coach, you're going to become more aware of patterns that happen in terms of triggers, in terms of behaviors, and in terms of how you respond to situations with your child. So even day one, when you start doing learning modules and doing the assessment for Coping Coach to learn about you, there are going to be some takeaways right away. And then as soon as your first moment using the coach live in a difficult situation with your child, it's going to start providing you with strategies. So the hope is right away, you're going to see some change as soon as you put it into action. Of course, the benefits are going to grow over time as it learns exactly what works for you and your child, and as you learn to fine-tune the skills that Family Coping Coach is providing for you. So I think you can expect to receive support and see change pretty rapidly, but over time, that's only going to become more impactful and useful for your family.
And I would just add, I think just starting it is going to be associated with some positive impact. I mean, it's just so hard to parent these days, and parents get so much advice, much of it conflicting. And then having like a science-based approach, I think will help parents be more confident, and I think they'll feel better right away as soon as they start.
So is it just to have an analogy, is it good to say that like when you first start the gym, so you will not see all the abs at the first days, but if you are consistent and regular with that, you will definitely get the results.
Yeah, it starts with starting. So
Okay, so consistency and regularity is the key to definitely benefit from that. Okay. I would like to ask you, like, how, because you have been seeing so many apps and so many tools out there for the kids and pediatric population. So how do you think that this tool, digital partner, will be different from any other parenting or emotional app?
Well, I think it's unique in several ways. I mean, it's not just providing real-time input on the child's physiological state and linking it to their behavior, but it's really looking at the whole family system and connecting the child with the parent in terms of these measures and being able to get real-time input on how they're doing, and then having the confidence of what to do then or what not to do, which I think will be really helpful to many parents.
Okay, and Dr. Erin, do you have any, would you like to chime in a few things here?
Yeah, I think we're all familiar with, positive parenting strategies. And if you're on social media, you're getting tips all the time, but those don't necessarily work for your specific child. A lot of influencers out there are very gentle parents with very gentle kids. And you may be parenting a child with a different temperament or who has neurodevelopmental differences or mental health challenges of their own. So you need something that's personalized for your family. And this is going to be much more targeted and effective than the other types of parenting advice that you receive. And of course, it's based in decades of scientific evidence as well. So we have confidence that this is going to fit kids with more challenging behaviors than average.
And that's, I think, and I agree to that. And that's exactly what sets this tool apart. It's not just about tracking for the sake of tracking. It's about building awareness, understanding your child, understanding yourself better, and being able to respond proactively instead of reacting in the moment. Before we end, one final question to both of you. How do you think this tool can impact the broader community and improve quality of life?
Well, again, I just think that emotion dysregulation is such a huge problem, and giving parents and families tools to address it in real time, and connecting the child and the parent to what evidence-based treatments for emotion dysregulation and other problems puts the power of clinical psychology in the family situation in real time. And I think that's huge.
Yeah, my hope is that this empowers parents to not feel like they need to fit in a single box that the media expects of them or their community expects of them, that every child and every family has somewhat different needs. And you can learn to help your family thrive with whatever temperaments and whatever stressors may be going on. So I just hope that this increases confidence and overall, not only the health of children, but the health of parents, to feel supported and that, somebody has your back and really understands you and your family.
And I couldn't agree more to that. So when actually we support caregivers, we create a kind of a ripple effect across the generation. And I really believe this kind of emotional support system can change lives, not just at home, in school, or in communities, even in how healthcare could be delivered. So thank you so much, Dr. Erin and Dr. Stein. This was such a meaningful and wonderful conversation. And thank you everyone for watching this webinar. If you're curious about how Ori can support your family, this is a perfect time to explore our free beta Ori app launch. We are live on iOS and Android. Please download if you haven't done it yet and provide your feedback. Let's build emotionally resilient family together. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.